Hi, it's Steve Hargadon, and we're well into day 2 of the Library 2.012 conference. Thank you so much for being here. This is really fun. Laura Malita is with us. Laura, welcome.
Hello to everybody, and thank you, Steve, for your kindly invite me to be a keynote speaker for this session. My name is Laura Malita, and I am from Timișoara, Romania, and I'm glad to be with you today. Hello, can you hear me?
Yep, you're back.
Okay. I'm a little bit confused because it's not my slide right now on the screen. I am from Romania, which is in Europe, in the south part of Europe, nearby, let's say, Russia, but not quite nearby. And my town is Timișoara, nearby Budapest, and there are around 500 kilometers till Vienna. So my town is somehow in the central part of Europe. So today I will try to be with you. In my country now it's 10 p.m. So I don't know if to say good day or good night, but anyway, hello. Okay. Regarding who I am a lecturer of West University from Timișoara, Romania. I am on the Faculty of Political Sciences, Philosophy and Communication Sciences, Department of Communication Sciences. Also, I am a co-author of some recent books. One is about digital storytelling for employability, which were printed in Italy on Firenze University Press. The other one is student portfolios for entering to the job market. It was printed to Peter Lang in 2011. And another one is finding the first job through digital storytelling, a guide to getting into the employment world of students. Also, today we'll speak about some very well-known Web 2.0 concept and related to this social media context. And as my presentation is regarding to academic libraries, we are speaking a little bit about nowadays academic students and their teachers. And in the next steps, we'll discuss about what it's meaning by the library 2.0. What is this and why nowadays it is necessary? And related to this, what are the new roles of a library and of their librarians? And more than that, in the next steps, we will try to provide some tips and for a more social media library. And in the end will be some short conclusions. We are now for a couple of years in the Web 2.0 era, which means we are using already a lot of applications. Some of them are really known, like wikis. The most important example is, of course, Wikipedia, like also like blogs. The most perhaps the most well-known platform is Blogspot or WordPress. I don't know which of them are you using. We are speaking about Web 2.0 even from the view of the social bookmarking side, of the social networking side, or from the RSS aggregation feeds. So they are used by users day by day. They are more addicted to this kind of applications. They find fun in using them, and they are really useful for people. Also, we are now in the new era of the web. From the web, when we only read content who was provided by different kind of users. Now we can even read and write content, so we can become a producer of information. And even if we have or we haven't some technical, very savvy technical knowledge. And regarding the who are the users of nowadays internet world, we are only we are more than 2 billion of people, but this is not too much, as we are almost 7 billion. As I know, we are already more than 7 billion, but this statistic is only from last year. And we can say the internet penetration is distributed somehow in the Asian part, because there are, of course, more than 2 billion in that part. Next is Europe and North America, Latin America, and like this. And in this internet world, day by day we are using a lot of applications. Part of them are from the Web 2.0 area, but not all of them. We are still using emails. We are using different applications like photo sharing and video sharing platform like this. We are using web internet applications and web even from our mobile or smart phones. And there are different kind of applications. Everybody is it's free to use which kind of them they prefer.
Laura?
In
This is Steve.
Yeah.
It's a little bit hard to hear you. Can you try adjusting your microphone?
Yeah, I will try. Now.
So if you don't mind saying something, let's see if the audience can hear you.
Now it's okay. The microphone, it's moving from the right part to the left without to change it. I don't know why. Now it's okay. Can you hear?
Yes, a couple of people are wondering if it might be better if the microphone was a little farther from your mouth.
It's better now or no?
I think it is. Why don't you keep going and we'll see. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Regarding what means social media, like Web 2.0, it's very hard to define what means. There are plenty of definitions. There are plenty of users who are speaking about what does it mean. But anyhow, we can resume to say social media is the use of digital media, and here we can include even internet and mobile. We can use social media in order to collaborate with other users, in order to create and generate content, and for self-organizing communities. So there are some typical elements of social media, which can include the ability and the skills to create a personal profile, to friend or to follow other members, to create content, text, photos, audio or video, and of course the ability to share content, to tag or to rate some type of content, to comment or to vote on different type of content. Here in the social media landscape, we can include applications like blogs, forums, wiki, social networking sites, microblogging, social bookmarking, social voting, social review sites, and even virtual words are examples. Anyway, there are applications which have a social component. They are social sites built around photos, audios, videos, presentation, music, and of course games. No matter of which kind of people are, no matter of if we are a man or woman, if we have a low level income, or if we are younger or older, or no matter of which are our educational level, social media is used by any kind of users. They choose which application are more suitable for them to use. But as we are speaking about academic students and academic users, like professors, we will try to discuss a little bit about what are they doing on the social media. They are very savvy internet social media users. They are used, of course, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. They are among their preferences, but there are a lot of people who are discussing if social media is good or bad for students, and they are speaking if social media is affecting their grades, their emotions, their addiction, and if social media is affecting their social or psychological habits. And there are people who are on the good balance, others on the bad part. So there are a lot of controversy on this subject. But like resuming, we can say regarding the Web 2.0 and the current generation of students, we are next generation iBreak or things like this. They integrate the new technologies in the daily life. We can say they are digital savvy users of the Web 2.0 application. They, on the other part, they learn in a different way, and they prefer to use a digital environment. They also prefer to have and to use a multimedia content, like no matter if it's video, images, or audio content. Also, they like to be actively involved in common or collaborative tasks. And almost every student of mine have a digital identity, and they like and prefer to share digital content with their peers or their teachers. On the other part, what we can say about the professors, academic teachers. Day by day, they are entering more fast to the social media landscape. Also, they are using Facebook for teaching purposes, for being part to other community of teachers. They include social networking or different type of social media to their teaching process. But anyway, even if students and their teachers are more entering to this social media landscape, there are still people without internet connection and without the possibility to have this access to this kind of tools. Anyway, why should we care? Because on the other part, an academic library is very close related with their users, which most of them are students and academic teachers. So in the next few steps, we are discussing about what means library in the Web 2.0 era, or what means a library 2.0. Like even Web 2.0 term or social media, it's a very controversial concept. It's an ambiguous and confused term. On the other part, there are plenty of people who are talking about being a combination of tools and modern data attitude. It's a little bit to discuss if Library 2.0 is a real evolution, or it's only an evolution which is in the line with the Web 2.0 social media tools and applications. It's only a reaction from libraries with, in relation with the development of Web 2.0 and social media. So this kind of things are people discussing, and in the next few steps we are discussing about things like this. On the other part, if you are prefer to have a definition like a formula, we can say like an equation, we can say library 2.0 is the participation of the community to the library's services, or a formula, it's a sum of books and people and radical trust multiplied by participation. In this equation, even radical trust, even participation are very, very close related to the Web 2.0 and social media. And why and what is the Library 2.0? It's about more than ever about the user participation and their involvement in collaboration with other users, other colleagues, or librarians, or other users from around the globe. It's about reaching new users. Even if it's about an academic library, their user could come from anywhere, not only from their university. It's about constant and purposeful change. All the time, we can say academic library is necessary to change their services according with what are the new technologies. They must be careful of this. They must embracing new technology. On the other part, we can say Library 2.0 is not only a technological shift, but also it's cultural shift. It's about library services which are not only done by librarians, they are from time to time taken to the users. It's not only a place to get stuff, it's nowadays a place to make stuff, to collaborate, and of course to share some of them. On the other part, why we are speaking today about the library in the Web 2.0 era, or what we call Library 2.0? Because all users in the nowadays are changed. They want to have very quickly feedback. They want to reward instant gratification. The students and the users are connected all the time, from anywhere, anyhow, and anytime. They are also connected, and they expect to have services on what are their purposes. They move to the self-service information. They don't expect to receive information. They search, they find what they need. For them, library is moving to the web. The web for them is the world library, the biggest library in the world. On the other part, people are going elsewhere to connect information and community, they are not addicted to libraries. And because of this, and because libraries, any library is related with the users, library info needs to appear where users spend their online time. And no matter if you are speaking on Google search engine, Google application, Google or any other services, we are speaking about portals, virtual learning environment, or other learning communities. So because of this, the library has now new different roles. And about this, we are speaking in the next steps on different roles, like first, from one point of view, a library provides the Web 2.0 or must provide or should provide a Web 2.0, even mobile website, which include functions like they must have a RSS feed, a chat section, possibility for user to add photos, to make notes, to follow podcasts, to daily events, to personalize their according to their preferences. On the other part, it's necessary to have sharing buttons in order to spread to the world what they found, and it was interesting for them. On the other part, we can speak about another librarian role, like they must be very good listeners. In this respect, they can use Google or any kind of Google or service for receiving news. They can use RSS search feeds in order to see what topics are interested by users, what topics people are currently discussing. They can, of course, use even other applications like Twitter search, Facebook pages, Delicious, Technorati, in order to find different discussion and to understand language and what are the cultural norms on the new discussion. More than that, they must be not only listeners, they must participate actively to this kind of conversation. They can post comments, they can put questions and answer to some questions. They can spread different and important relevant information. They can participate in any kind of discussion which are related with their subject. They must be very transparent, because if they are transparent, for example, if on their website people are saying they encounter some difficulties in finding or viewing some information, if library will have a very prompt reaction and will try to solve that problem. The users will see the librarians will have an active role. They will try to solve the problem, and we'll see maybe the problem wasn't in the librarian garden, it was in the users or things like this. So being transparent, it's very useful for a librarian and for a library. On the other part, library in the Web 2.0 era could have a policy, a social media policy, when in a very, very basic language they can explain to the users what are their policies regarding the social media usage, which kind of site they can use, and on which conditions, and things like this. And more important, a library should have a planning strategy in order to establish from one point to another what to do, what to follow, what to when and how to react to different kind of issues. Another discussion is regarding which kind of tools and applications a library or a librarian could use in order to have this kind of roles. Among them, a long list of applications like this, we are referring only to Twitter and Facebook because, in my opinion, they are one of the most important nowadays, and because they are very well known in the world. Facebook, even today I heard, has now more than 1 billion of users. And we are speaking about Twitter because Twitter, for example, has some useful, unique characteristics. From the point of view of a library, there is a possibility to follow which users do you prefer. It's not an invasion to the privacy because users want to share the respective content. So people are free to choose the community of the users who are following. On the other part, Twitter is a social networking site free of charge, so there are no cost barriers for user in order to use this application. More than that, there are plenty of applications which are in relation with Twitter, and they could be used for different purposes like scheduling of tweets, and in this respect, for example, a librarian can establish 1 day per week or how many they prefer, and they can establish in that day how many tweets to post per day or per week, and they will be posted in an automatic way. So it's saving. It's a process which are saving money, which are saving time. On the other part, Twitter is an application which is very useful for interaction with users. For example, there are some functions like reply. A librarian can use this facility in order to address people or to welcome to some people who are entering to the discussion or things like this. But it's not private addressing, it's a public one. Anyone can see this referring, but it's somehow directly to that person which are immediately after the reply sent. On the other part, there is possibility for direct messaging if it's needed, because speaking about direct messaging, it's only possible when there is a relationship between users. By relationship, I mean a user is follow people who are following him or her. So by direct messaging, they can speak in a private way. So there is even such kind of possibility. And there are even others like using hashtags, which are immediately after the sign which you can see. So there is a clickable hashtag, and when people are putting are doing click on that sign, they can follow the entire discussion, the entire conversation about that thing. So, for example, a librarian can use a hashtag with any kind of subject, like an event, like promoting a collection, or things like this. And another example of social media uh, usage by a librarian, it's Facebook. Facebook is very known in the world. Almost every people already heard about this popular social networking platform. And from Facebook, we are speaking only about Facebook pages, not Facebook accounts, because Facebook pages are not such an invasion to privacy of users. They are more open and public than a user account. By using a Facebook page, a librarian should be aware of promoting events. They can create events and spread to the people who are interested about it. They can or should promote their collection. Also, they should post regular and pertinent information, and more than that, they can interact with their users. By interaction, I mean not only posting content, but even responding to their users' flow of conversation. They can encourage users to participate to the flow of conversation. They can ask questions, and of course, they can provide they should provide feedback, and that feedback must be very, very promptly. And of course, they should provide useful insights. On the other part, interaction means also even creation of a trusted relationship, because if a user will see, they will receive very promptly and very effective answer, they will trust that librarian or library page, and that means they could found in the next period that library, and they could even afford trusted to this kind of information they provide. On the other part, library Facebook page could be connected with other librarian or library pages, or with pages who are discussing or promoting subjects which are related to library topics. Another new role for librarians is regarding to providing guidance, providing online or offline guides and tutorials for using social media for or not library research or search purposes. Even in an for an academic library, the most important users are students and professors. Not all of them are very digital savvy. Not all of them are having useful, and they are not all digital and social media literate. So on the other part, as you can see from this picture, library is in the middle of the social and academic component. So From this point of view, library is the new role of librarian is to is also to be in a very fortunate position in order to provide a strong foundation in information literacy and to guide and to instruct students in becoming critical consumers of social media. So, nowadays, librarians should be able and should have the skills in order to provide this kind of guide to their users. Regarding what means an information literate student, typical users which is information literate should be able to determine and to the extent of the information he or she needed, should be able to access the needed information effectively and efficiently, should be able to evaluate information and its sources with critical eyes. Literate students must be able to incorporate selected information into one's knowledge base. Should be also able to use information effectively to accomplish a specific purpose, no matter if it's an academic one or another one. Should be also able to understand the economic, legal, and social issue surrounding the use of information and the access and use information in an ethical and legal way. And regarding what means to be a social media literate, what the wrangles include the attention, which means the ability to identify when focused attention is required and to recognize when multitasking is beneficial. On the other part, another thing is participation, which is very, very important in library area. That means more than consumers to participate, but they do participate actively and to know when and how the participation is important. Another issue is related to collaboration. A user must be able to collaborate with other users in order to achieve and to be aware by collaboration they can achieve more than by working alone. Another issue is regarding to network awareness, which is mean an understanding of social and technical networks. And the last one is regarding to critical consumption, which means identifying trustworthiness of the author or of the text. So these kind of skills librarians should have and should be able to provide to the users who are enrolled in these kind of courses. And syllabus like this should or could have topics like virtual community, searching, retrieving, processing, and storing information, and of course the usage of the related application. Another topics should be about using, remixing, or generating content which are images, photos, and issues regarding the permanence of information. And here we can include even some ethics and legal aspects, of course, copyright and Creative Commons issues. And other topics should be about identity and privacy. There are so important in the social media era, because there are plenty of users who are complaining um, the social media application are invading their private life, and not least, social media course syllabus must have aspects related to internet addiction, because the user must know and be able to use social media uh, in order to not waste their time, to be very productive. So only a short break, and we are now entering to some tips in order to be a library in the Web 2.0. For example, I put only some of them, which I think they are important, uh, like, for example, setting realistic objectives. Uh, for a library, it's necessary not only to have a guideline, but uh, to planning their strategy regarding the social media. Um, on the other part, they should choose only some tools. It's not necessary to have accounts and to participate in all social networking uh, platforms. There are too many. It's important to be focused only on some of them, to be an interconnection among them, to post, for example, from Twitter to Facebook and vice versa. So it's necessary to choose which tools can be used to achieve their objectives, to taking into account the available material, and more than that, to be aware the usage of this application means a lot of human resources, like people who are spending hours in order to be in contact with the user, in order to be able to react promptly and to provide their feedback. Another tip is regarding to deciding who will be responsible for the complete social media ecosystem and when this work is going to be performed. By this, I mean distribution of tasks among people who are more aware to participate to the conversation, who are able to run and to maintain a Facebook account or a Twitter, who will create events and will provide guides, things like this. When to schedule, when is most important to post on Facebook or, for example, on Twitter, because not all the time is very efficiently to post on them. So they must be aware of things like this. On the other part, another tip is regarding to configuring the tools and picking all the instruments and the applications that allow for tasks to be automated. I just spoke about some applications related to Twitter, which are permitting to use Twitter more productively and to to um, to choose when to post, to choose how many posts to be posted automatic. So, application with this kind of functionality. Another tip is related to creating relevant and pertinent content. It's not important to post a lot of information. More important is to take care of the value of the content, to the quality and not to the quantity of them. On the other part, another tip is related to manage online communities and to have a constant and permanently dialogue with the users. As I already said, users are connected all the time from anywhere, so a librarian must be aware of things like this, and as many as is possible to react in a short time, very promptly and very helpful. No, not least, it's important to have an ongoing evaluation, return of investment, in order to see if their social media policy is done enough and it have the expected purpose. So if not, it may be necessary to reformulate the strategy. And only short conclusion, we can say there are some positive aspects on using social media by library and librarians, and of course some negative aspects. Regarding the positive ones, we can enumerate users' engagement. It's possible now to engage users in the conversation, in providing content. There are some users who are more who know more than librarian about one subject. Another positive aspect is regarding to sharing of knowledge. The other part is regarding the curation of the information. It's about authority and creating a trusted relationship among users and librarians. It's about becoming users becoming part of the community, and of course for librarians to become part of the community with the users and with other libraries. And not least, it's about increasing the visibility of the library, of their services, and to be more valued by search engines. In the negative part, we can see the time consuming. It's very difficult and it's a lot of time for a librarian to solve all the problems, to respond quickly, to maintain these social media accounts properly and efficiently. It's about the lack of staff and the lack of staff who is trained in order to maintain the social media policy for a library, for providing guides and things like this. It's regarding the lack of understanding from the community, so they must be more close to the people, to the community who is not able to understand them. It's about lack of interest and satisfaction, because when they are speaking, people are not involved in this, in their offers, maybe a disappointment appears. And it's about negative feedback. Some users are not very polite. They are putting even negative content, but not a real observation, a real problem. And more than that, should be or could be about information overload. There are plenty of websites who are providing information. There are day-by-day applications which could be or should be used in order to be part of the social media policy for a library. But the librarian should be all the time in connection with the new trend in the technology area. So it's anyhow very time consuming. But another short conclusion is regarding to what of course it's bad and what is good. So when library social media library policy is done properly, Library 2.0 strategy provides a way for digital librarians to develop rapport with their users, to extend general awareness of the collection, and to set up librarians as knowledgeable, helpful, and easily accessible source of authoritative information regarding on a given subject area. And on the other part, when Library 2.0 strategy is done poorly, Library 2.0 strategy reinforces the idea that the library is disconnected from the most important conversation and trends and, of course, of the users, and contains little of relevance to the vast majority of potential users. So that was my presentation. I'm aware I couldn't speak about a lot of things in such a short time, but I hope it was somehow useful for you, and there are still some minutes, and if you have some questions or doubts, please don't hesitate to ask. On the other part, I didn't include the reference because it was another slide, another time consuming, so I prefer to have more time for discussion. So please, thank you for your kindly greetings, and please ask if somebody wants to have my feedback. Thank you anyway for your attention, and I hope we'll see again in another context or in another library conference. And of course, thanks, Stephen, for all your help, which was quite helpful for me.
Thank you, Laura.
I have a question for you in the volunteer round.
So because we were starting sessions in 3 minutes, I think we'll close now. Thanks so much, everybody. Thanks to Laura and Malita. I'll turn the recording.
Thank you.